Y'all, we need to talk about a something because, listen, what the fuck is wrong with people? So I took this friend to Zumba once upon a time, and and we're like besties, right? Or we're besties. But she says in front of Rebecca, who's the instructor, she's like, I just don't understand why if you don't even like her, you just keep coming. And I'm like, first of all, I never said I didn't like her. What I said was I sometimes didn't like her attitude and the way she treats me. She's been better about it as of lately, but we've had our issues with it in the past, and it's no secret. I have told her directly that I think the way she treats me sometimes is shitty. But like, if I say something to you out of like, you know, just needing someone to talk to, but it's in confidence, you should not be the shitty ass person going behind somebody's back and being like, oh, well, you said that you didn't like her. Like, don't... When somebody tells you something about somebody in confidence, you do not get the right to turn around and be like, oh, by the way, she don't like you. Like, I don't know. Like, if you're really somebody's friend, you wouldn't do that to them. I just have such a hard time believing that if you were truly somebody's friend, you would go behind their back and say something like that, not only in front of someone else, but in front of and basically to the person that they were supposedly talking about. Now, in this particular case, the reason I was so pissed off is because she actually didn't even, like, aside from the fact that she said it in front of Rebecca, it was more the fact that she also didn't, like, say it correctly. Like, what I actually said versus what she said I said was two very different things. I've talked about on here, on TikTok, on Facebook, sometimes about bipolar behavior and autism and how that can affect the way that people interact. And don't get me wrong, I get it. I know that she's autistic and I understand that, and I'm not saying anything against her because of that. But I'm autistic, and I know that there are just certain things that you probably shouldn't say or repeat in public or in front of other people. And I hate when people use it as a crutch and then get mad when people, like, essentially just blame it on that as well. If you're going to use it as a crutch, then you need to be fully prepared for everybody else to use it as a crutch for you too. And I think that people overlook that a lot. Like I said, I'm not mad, but I was a little like hurt. Like, how could you just go off and say that and not think about the consequences that that would have on me as your friend or on my friendship with Rebecca or whatever? Like, why? Like, why would you? And the fact, and also I was pissed off because I had even said, I haven't said anything to Rebecca and I'm not going to. I just wish she treated me the same when Morgan and Trish are around as she does when they're not around. That was all I said. That there was never any statement of, oh, I don't like her, oh, she's a snot, oh, I don't want to be friends with her, or... Because I'm the type who, if I don't want to be your friend, I'm not going to be your fucking friend. Sorry, I'm just not. That's how I was taught. You don't have to be friends with everybody. And it is very important to me that people know that I know that. And while I am often easily manipulated, and I know that, I also have learned over the years, especially since getting with my wife, that I don't owe anybody anything. I don't owe them friendship. I don't owe them kindness. I don't owe them my time. I don't owe anybody anything. And I know that it kills some people that I know that. And that I don't allow myself to be as easily manipulated as I used to be. But it's good for me because that means that I have the ability to step back and say, oh, well, that's not what I want to do, so I'm not going to do it, and you can't make me. Whereas I used to be very much a people pleaser, and I would just do what people wanted me to do because I felt obligated and didn't really seem to care about myself any, if that makes any sense. Like I didn't care if I was hurt as long as everybody else got what they wanted. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Don't let people take advantage of you like that, for real. But I was very bad about it. And I'm not proud of myself for that, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I wasn't very much the people pleaser. And it did take getting with Amy for me to realize that I was a people pleaser, and that even though I didn't want to do something, I have the expectation that I was supposed to do it. And even though I'm adopted, I do think I get that from my mom, because she's the same way. Like, she does things for people because they want her to, and she feels obligated to do it instead of just saying, no, I can't do that. Especially now that she's got older, she really struggles with saying no. And I get it. I do. And I get... Sorry. Okay, there we go. And I get, like, wanting to be helpful to, like, an extent. And I'm not saying that being helpful is a bad thing. I'm still very much the helpful person that will try to do things for people. But when I realize that I'm being taken advantage of, that's when I'm like, And it's like, one of the incidences that I had talked about when I talked about the way I was being treated was that I had talked about people getting classes for free that weren't really her friend, and that were kind of like using her. And don't get me wrong, I've gotten classes for free, but usually, being the type of person that I am, it's been in return for something else I've done, whether it be advertising, giving her a ride when her car accident happened, bringing new people. So, like, I usually will do it in exchange for, like, something, for her to have something as well. Enough! Sorry, dogs. But, so I view it as, like, an even exchange. It's not just me taking free classes and then getting to advertise myself by performing at your class. Which is another story. So, ultimately, I never brought this friend back to Zumba with me. We're not really friends anymore. And that was because of what she pulled. And for the fact that when I confronted her about it later, she tried to act like nothing had happened. And that really upset me. And I didn't think it was fair to me to put me in that boat and then act like you didn't do anything wrong, when you admitted at one point that you knew what you said was a mistake and you shouldn't have said it in front of her. But that being said, I also no longer go on Mondays. And the reason that I don't go on Mondays is because of Morgan and Trish. Rebecca does not know that. I will not be telling her that. But that's why I don't go on Mondays anymore, because I don't like her friend. And I don't think they're really her friends. And I just think she hasn't figured that out yet. So I don't go on Mondays to avoid the drama that mainly comes from Trish. Morgan is really not a problem, but because she and Trish are like best friends, it's kind of like a package deal, if you get my point. So even if you don't have a problem with one, you have a problem with both, because that's just the way they are. And don't get me wrong, I can be the same way with my family and my kids and my best friend. Like you fuck with her, you fuck with me kind of deal. So I get it, and I don't discourage that. Be there for your bestie. Be the best bestie you can be. But if your best friend is wrong, you need to tell them so. This is empty. Don't know why I still have it. You need to tell them they're wrong. And be like, okay, I love and support you in public, but behind the scenes, I'm going to let you know that what you did was not cool. This is not how you should behave. You're interfering with someone else's livelihood. Whatever. Now, I'm very much the defend in public, correct in private type. This goes for my relationship. This goes for my friends. You know, whatever. I've always been this way. But I don't understand how some people can just be so stupid. Like, the fuck are you doing? Like, you can't tell me that you don't know not to say certain things in public that are offensive. Like, how can you not know? You know what I mean? I don't know. But I know that it pisses me off because I'm the one who usually then has to correct the situation. And ain't nobody want to do all that, bro. Nobody want to do all that. But I will do that because you fucked up my situation and now I gotta fix it. I struggle dealing with people, and I think this is why I'm such a loner. BRB. Okay, we're back. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just a special kind of dumb. I don't know. But like, I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. Apparently because I like looking like a dumbass. No, really though. I mean, she's a good friend to an extent. But we'd had some issues in the past with her lying to people and saying that I said things to her that I didn't say, including to unalive herself, which I would never say to somebody, and here's why I will die on this hill. First of all, I myself, trigger warning, have tried many, many times to put myself in an early grave. Because I have mental health issues. And serious ones at that. And there's no sugarcoating that. I have mental health issues. But I also have a half-brother that I will never get to meet or know or spend time with because the military fucked him up so bad that he ended up taking his own life. And that sits heavy with me. Like I said, knowing that I myself have struggled with it, but had never actually succeeded in taking my own life. But knowing that I have somebody in my life that did succeed just, and you should never say that about somebody, especially when you yourself know that shit ain't true. Like, that is some fucked up shit to do. I don't give a fuck who you are. That is some fucked up shit to do. And I was getting, like, harassed almost daily for what she was telling people I had supposedly said. Like, to the point that there were times that I thought my life was going to be in danger. Just saying. Just saying. And that is not, like, that was not cool. So that was ultimately, like, the reason that we stopped being friends. And while I still talk to her, I try to avoid spending time with her because of this. This upset. And I have always been kind of the scapegoat, for lack of a better word, when it comes to her. Like, just somehow it is almost always my fault when something doesn't go the way she wants it to go. Like, she's blamed people being mean to her on her knowing me, and not just the way that she treats people. And it kills me. Because it's like, I wasn't even there. I had nothing to do with this one. That was you, Buttercup.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
But, I don't know. I just hate when people do shit like that, because it's like, no ma'am, you did this to yourself. I did not participate in this one. Oh, sorry, hold on. There we go. So if you ever wonder why, just a second, sorry. So if anybody out there ever wonders why I stopped being your friend, odds are you said or did something that hurt me in some way, or could have hurt me in some way, and I just chose not to deal with it. Just saying. Which I have the right to do, in case anybody's wondering. Just saying, I have the right to not be friends with somebody anymore without other people's permission. With or without other people's permission, I should say. Because in the end, the only person that that friendship is going to affect, truthfully, is me. And I have to look out for myself, too. I matter as a human being as well. And I'm tired of people trying to act like that's not the case and that I'm just being an ass, because I'm not. I'm really not an asshole type person. I'm just not. I've never been that way. Why would I start now? You know what I mean? Like, shit. People be stressing over shit that don't even affect them. And I, sorry. And I've been on that end of it, where I cared more about what happened to other people instead of what happened to me, and I've learned not to do that anymore. So I've learned to just not care anymore what other people think or don't think, because it's none of my business. And the truth be told, it is none of your business. And you're just gonna end up upsetting yourself and making yourself sad and getting all worked up over shit you can't even fix. I think the most important thing to realize is that you can't fix it. You just can't. Anyway, we're almost done. That's it. Okay. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me and listening to me rant. See ya.